Hello. Hello everyone, my name is Auric and welcome back to Part 2 Nowhere. Exodus Auric Sanctuary Part 2. On the end of my city here. Hey Julian. I'm early, yeah. How's your exam? Done with your exam? You've been pretty quiet yesterday. Welcome also with Vesper. So we are continue with part 2 of the events. So last time I think we are ended with Hypatia. Yeah, I pronounced it correctly this time. Hypatia coming to Hela that she knows that Hela is from this city. So will Hypatia or Hypatia? God damn it. Hypatia will be enemies, or she will be friend or foe. So let's find out. I'm done with the done episode. Oh, congratulations. Hope the result is good. Now it's time to reward yourself with more Hela. The prophet. Yeah, I wonder if she's referring to Hypatia, because she looks like when she was first time introduced, she just come down from the sky. She looks like an angel.
I know where you're really from. This city.
This city. Oh no. The girl's firm fingers around Hela's arm are ice cold. Barichata.
Me? From this city? Are you kidding? Those thugs in black are my enemies. You know, I won't even hesitate to kill them if I ever get a chance.
I'm pretty sure maybe Hypatia also know that maybe she's related to MBCC. You don't underestimate Campbell's informations. Hela tries to back away as she speaks, but Hypatia pulls her way from the crowd to an empty corner.
But you arrived with those Dis City people. I saw you crossing the sandstorm together. They seemed friendly toward you.
Oh, so it seems not because like they have like intel, but Hypatia happens to see Hela on the car.
That's because I was valuable cargo. They were trying to smuggle me to Outlands to sell for profit.
The Legion doesn't engage in trafficking, nor do they allow strangers into their ranks. You must be one of them.
Speaking of that, do you know that apparently I read the profile that Irene and Hypatia is actually only half sister, so they're not really fully sisters, and Hypatia is actually the legitimate one. Wow. So Irene is kind of like quotation mark the bastard in this situation. The girl drops this bombshell so casually that Hela nearly bites her own tongue in shock. Irene is a Campbell, yeah.
How do you know about them?
It's from her interrogation.
After the BR-002 incident, some people migrated from Dis City's west district to the outer satellite towns. But one group strayed, changing their course to head deep into White Sands, avoiding way stations and main routes as they traveled northwest. There's an undercover agent from the Minos Bureau in that group. A clever and cunning sinner skilled at disguising their true identity.
Oh. So she is like an agent now. No way, she know about all that too. I knew it, she know about the MBCC, damn. Hela tries to back away, but the blonde girl closes in again, gripping her hand even tighter until it begins to hurt.
There's something only you guys can do. I'll release your friends, but in exchange, while there's still time, leave this place. Take everyone here and escape from Führer.
Seems she's in our side. Escape from Führer? Take everyone? Why? Questions swirl through Hela's mind, but the most pressing issue right now is...
Holy shit!
No!
Don't
nice censor it!
For a favor? Let go of my hand! You're gonna break it!
You're gonna break it!
Oh. sorry.
Enough! Let go! I won't run away! Just finish what you were saying!
The Tuko song is now attached to Hela forever. She hastily loosened her grip, but then clutches Hela's hand firmly again as if afraid she might escape. This time her hold isn't painful, just resolute. Hela tries to pull away, but has to reluctantly give up when she can't free herself.
What's
Hela
going on
becoming
with
more wild
Fuhrer?
after mid-scam.
Why do you want me to evacuate the town?
Is she become more wild or she become to her original setting?
And what about that apostle of ashes? Weren't you able to destroy it? With that something thingy you have?
Hypatia lowers her gaze slightly and gently shakes her head.
No, that only affected part of the apostle. You see, it's a very cunning creature. The entirety of that storm you saw is its body.
Whoa!
If we can't destroy it in one strike, the remaining parts will regenerate, making it nearly impossible to eradicate.
In this kind of situation, usually they have like some sort of core where you have to break, isn't it?
The entire storm is its body?
Therefore, you and your companions cannot remain here either and must leave quickly. I simply ask that when you go, you take everyone from this town with you.
Huh? What? We don't have enough vehicle. This girl tone is utterly sincere, but the intimidating pressure from earlier still lingers in Hela's mind as she scrutinizes Hypatia. She begins carefully.
Is that a threat? Or a demand?
A few seconds of silence pass. Hypatia lifts her head and meets Hela's gaze directly, speaking after some deliberation.
This is my request, as the leader of Fuhrer, to the visitors from this city.
Oh? But I'm one of those evil bad guys from this city. What makes you think I'd agree?
I have heard from my sources.
Who's your sources? The girl grips loosen slightly. There's an unexpected hint of a smile in her voice.
He said there's a petite sinner in this crew venturing into White Sands, and that while she may appear like a brash loner, she's actually a fiercely loyal person who can't stand to see her friends suffer.
So is he Chief? Because he's the only male that usually being referred. That's the advantage of playing males, in a way.
And that if I explain what's at stake and treat her with honesty,
I think it is.
I'm certain to earn her help.
So Chief is
What
maybe
are you talking
in
about?
contact with her?
Flattery won't get you anywhere. It's not like such a big crowd would just up and follow us Dis City folks without a good reason.
Yeah, I think it's Chief. But how does Chief in contact with Hypatia? Unless Hypatia in
Your
contact with
agreement
Irene.
alone would be a good start. Let me explain everything from the beginning.
Oh, maybe you're gonna get the answer.
Also, though it's rather late for introductions at this point, but
The girl gently lets go of Hela's hand.
pleased to meet you. My name is Hypatia. Hypatia Campbell, of Fraser's Campbell family. I'm also the head of Fuhrer's Aurum Secretum laboratory and the inventor of Aurum Secretum instruments.
Wow. She's a genius then. Like, if Irene is really genius in business, then Hypatia may be genius in this, whatever, alchemy or something. The tension surrounding them gradually dissipates, and Hela finally notices that beneath her formal exterior, Lady Campbell is nothing more than a gentle, soft-spoken girl.
I'm, Hela. Just call me Hela. I haven't got any fancy titles like yours, so just think of me as some heroic adventurer.
I think she did.
So anyway,
I think she
what
already
exactly
let go.
do you need me to do?
Hypatia raised her right hand, guiding Hela's gaze upward. Beyond the shattered barrier, the sky-darkening black sand still lingers, howling and circling outside Fuhrer like a predator watching its prey.
As you can see, the storm surrounding Fuhrer is actually a manifestation of the Apostle's presence. It's a projection of consciousness into reality, and its behavior is heavily influenced by the mania field. However, because it's too dispersed, it will desperately migrate towards areas of high mania concentration, seeking to swallow and merge with them, thereby maintaining an equilibrium.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Therefore, as long as the Apostle continues lurking outside Führer, this city will continue to be in danger.
This city or that city?
What?
Oh no, I'm on the same level as Hela.
To put it simply, this apostle is easily attracted to people with high spiritual power, especially powerful sinners, like you and your friends in the Legion. The fluctuations created when you use your special powers
Hi,
attract
Shara.
the apostle, which is why it
Welcome.
relentlessly pursues you.
Okay, okay, it's not simplified enough, Hypatia. I think you need more simple, like.
Well, damn. No wonder it kept chasing after us. So it's actually hungry for our power.
Oh.
Wait. Then if we're not here, or if we leave...
Wait, but Hypatia is like an S rank herself.
It would target the other residents in the city. After all, they also possess spiritual power.
Hello. Wow, many people today.
What about Aurum Secretum then? Didn't you build some kick-ass barrier?
Hypatia shakes her head, her expression filled with dejection. I got another
Aurum
S rank instead of
Secretum is
Hypatia.
not
I
an
went 10K
omnipotent
cubes.
solution. The protective
Feels
measures
bad for you.
installed on the outer rock faces have been continuously eroding, and because they're difficult to recover, they eventually get devoured by the Apostle, becoming part of its body. It is growing, with Aurum Secretum serving as
no.
its nourishment.
So it doesn't work
The
then.
debris in the storm is made up of the things it has devoured. Rocks, sand, cities, passing life forms. These fragments are gathered together by the Apostle's mania field, forming the black storm that blots out the sky.
But Hela has been dealing with Black Ring though. What is Black Storm? I know, right? Her Hela resume is actually really good.
Now, it's trying to swallow Führer whole, slowly gnawing and digesting it. Please, help Führer before time runs out.
Just up today, I don't usually watch stream, but I came in to say hello. I will be waiting for. Should you pull Hypatia? Oh yeah, I noticed. Yeah, it is on my notification. Thank you for joining, by the way. She places her right hand over her chest and slightly bows her head, giving Hela a traditional salute that looks too formal and complicated.
Jeez, get back up already! No need to be so formal. It's making me super uncomfortable. I never said I wouldn't help. I just don't understand what's going on here. Hora and the others are locked up somewhere below, and besides, what I don't get is...
When it comes to mannerism, I think like Hypatia is completely opposite than Irene. Hela scratches her head and voices her confusion.
So, you seem pretty powerful to me. Can't you just help them escape yourself? Why do you need us to rescue them?
Oh yeah, the guide probably gonna be on the weekend after I finish the story. Hypatia seems about to respond when her expression suddenly changes. Footsteps approach. Someone is humming a tune while walking directly toward the quiet corner they are in, coming with a clear purpose and making no attempt to conceal their presence. Are half sister of Hypatia from mom's side or dad's side? Most likely the dad's side. Because so far the only one that being mentioned is Fraser Campbell, which is the interrogation. They only talk about the dad. They're not talking about the mom. The one that if you ever play the Irene interrogation, so basically what they do is just the family throw Irene into like a group of terrorists and tell her to survive. That's what happened in Irene interrogation. Hypatia pulls Hela backward toward the rock wall and quickly runs her fingers over the surface, searching for something. I'm already in process of making it. I think I'm going to upload it on maybe Friday or Saturday. It will always be around that time.
Wow.
Did I just miss
Yura
something?
has secret passages too? That's so cool. Hey, wait! Don't drag me like this! And stop shoving me! I'm gonna fall!
Wait, who was that? The blonde girl forcefully shoved Hela into the secret passage. In an instant, the stone door closes, plunging the cave into darkness. Only faint rays of light filter to a few air holes.
Hypatia! What are you doing?
Shh! Hela, quiet! Hypatia's harsh voice filters through the air holes. I know it.
Shh. Be quiet. Don't say a word.
Exactly. The light dims as the person outside blocks part of the openings. Despite this, Hela can't resist edging forward to peer through the one remaining hole. The which is not always good. I'm waiting because I need to know if I need to pull her, but I'm still not over the grave guide because it really helps. Good that it can help people to understand the character. Hypatia stands blocking the entrance. Though Hela can't see her face, she senses that Hypatia has slipped back into that cold, rigid demeanor from before. A moment later, a figure rounds the corner, approaching with a leisurely gait before offering an awkward bow. I think it's the dude.
Campbell Messenger Senex at your service.
What is this design?
It's been a while, my lady.
Yo, that design, what is this? Sinex. Oh my god.
I just visited your residence, but your servants informed me you had gone out. You've led me on quite a chase. If you needed a diversion, surely you
Mom.
could have chosen somewhere less squalid.
Demon mom. It is actually got a horn though. I wonder it's like the actual demon or like some races that we don't know. Or maybe a maniac creature. Hypatia's hands clasped behind her back, tightened slightly. Is she nervous?
Just testing some new Aurum Secretum equipment. What do you want? The Führer project is progressing well. I'll submit all the materials the family requires on schedule. No additional support is needed.
Is that so? Well, I've heard that a group from Dis City has just recently arrived. What do you say? Would you like me to help you clean up your current home?
Why I feel like the voice may be familiar.
They're just a small group of refugees from Dis City. I've already handled it. They'll be leaving tomorrow.
Do you remember on chapter 15 ending, there is like one scene after Hypatia and the brother, there is like one woman with a tattoo in slightly above the butt. I wonder if that was her.
Did you come all this way for this trivial matter? The Campbell family's shadow operatives seem to have far too much free time.
The woman who just been called a shadow operative tilts her head slightly, speaking pretentiously.
Trying to dismiss me so soon? I haven't even mentioned my actual business yet. Regarding the proposal you submitted previously, a special someone has sent me to personally deliver the family's decision. Of course, I'm well aware of your exceptional competence, my lady. No petty thief could ever escape your notice. But with research as important as yours, someone needs to come specifically to help clear away troubles and solve problems. For instance, catching little mice that love to eavesdrop.
Oh no, she found out! Hela claps her hand over her mouth, desperately fighting back the scream rising in her throat. Less than a centimeter from her face, Sinex's blade has struck deep into the rock, barely missing Hela. The long-handled dagger plunges deep into the rock beside Hypatia. Without flinching, she reaches out and pulls the weapon free.
Are you questioning my loyalty? Or perhaps suggesting my lab has been compromised? Before you can give a solid answer, I'd appreciate it if you didn't damage my city so carelessly. As for other matters, there are too many pairs of ears around us. Let's continue this discussion back at the lab.
Oh, so somehow we still not found out? The masked woman shrugged with a grin, retrieves her weapon, and walks away with Hypatia. Meanwhile, the little mouse, who should have been exterminated. This is why morale is crumbled. Like, I saw Hottie and I immediately fell for their charm even though they're villains. If it's evil, why hot? Kind of situation. After making sure both of them have actually left, Hella finally released the breath she's been holding. Hella.
Almost gave me a heart attack!
The narrow passage prevents Hella from jumping up and unleashing a proper tirade. After furiously punching the air twice, her rational brain finally reboots. Although her little noggin didn't quite follow that cryptic conversation just now, but she can at least confirm two things. First, the strange storm surrounding Furor is undeniably an apostle of ashes. The city faces imminent destruction, and Hypatia wants Hela to work with the Legion to evacuate all residents from Furor. Second, Hypatia apparently doesn't want her family to know about her plan to ask help from a group from this city. Strange, aren't the Campbells supposed to be the guardian of this city? As for the third thing, just now when Hypatia confronted Synex, her tone was cold and severe, but Hela could see her hands behind her back, fingers tightly clenched and slightly trembling. Just like how tense she looked when she exposed Hela's identity.
So she was super nervous back then too.
She's taking hold of here. But will we saw Stargazer again? I mean, it's about Apostle of Ashes. Apostle of Ashes is not only on Outland though. It could be anywhere. I mean, like, remember Beyond this Car? Beyond this Car is also dealing with Apostle of Ashes. And we are in the city. Not one to speak her true feelings. Huh, reminds me of someone I know.
But wait a second. Where the heck am I anyway?
Hela turns around to look at the pitch black duck behind her. Unlike the cramped space where she can barely crouch, the passage behind her seems to stretch far into the darkness. The stone doors used to enter the tunnel is now completely sealed. Does this mean her only option is to go deeper inside? He got a reference. I miss Stargazer. Wait, from what I heard, Stargazer got an accession soon. Oh, something seems to be moving in her pocket. Hela reaches in and pulls out a strange object. With 5 pointed tips, it looks like a star, but also resembles a tiny doll. I think it's a tiny, it looks like a doll more. Next moment, the tiny doll activates with a hum and begins to glow. It jumps down from Hela's palm, slightly tilts its head, and performs an elaborate but familiar ceremonial bow with its short, stubby limbs. That's what I think also. I think it's like a voodoo doll. So familiar that Hela realized she just saw someone else make the exact same gesture. Hypatia? The doll bounces in a circle around Hela, then stops in front of her, nodding as if confirming her suspicion. Yes, its operator is exactly who you think it is. It raises its arm, hops a few steps into the darkness, and illuminates the space ahead.
So, you want me to follow you?
It is
But
alive.
it gets narrower up ahead. I'd have to crawl through. Hey, if you're so smart, couldn't you just open up that door for me instead? Please?
The doll shakes its head, then hops twice, flashing brighter to emphasize its determination. A cool breeze drifts from the darkness, its source unknown. Hela swallows hard.
So, I really have to crawl?
And I'm 100% sure she will become Aurum Summoner. Interesting. So you mean that the star thingy, her summon gonna be upgraded then? The doll nods, it points toward the outside, then dramatically draws a line across its throat before flopping to the ground with a plop, playing dead.
You?
It's not wrong though. If Hela wants answer to all her questions, the best way forward is to follow Hypatia's direction and find her in person. even if it means being crammed into a duck, having to crawl on her hands and knees.
Fine, I get it!
Politely, Hella gives the tiny doll the finger, then huffily gets into position, preparing to crawl.
Fine! I'll crawl through this stupid pipe!
Okay, let's take a look at her diary. Hella has been crawling through the duck for ages. Between labored gaps, she's starting to suspect that Hypa and the tiny doll are conspiring to deceive her. Oh no, it has a nickname. How much further? Is Hypatia messing with me? I could have crawled from this city to fur by now. Does it ever end? Wait, I see it. Like up ahead. Help! Get me out! Quick, get me out of here! Oh, don't be so scared, sweetheart. Granny will get you out right away. Hella? Hella? Where are you? Unable to see Granny, Nisa can only feel her way toward the fan. Her wrinkled hands pull hard at the fan cover, but no matter how hard she tries, it won't budge. Suddenly, the Granny remind me of that one Granny in Tuco, where everybody mistaken Hella for being the younger version of that Granny when she wear her outfit. Watching Granny Nisa frail, trembling effort makes Hella's heart clench. Granny Nisa, don't worry about me. I just crawled in here for fun. I will bounce right out in a minute. Honestly, you should go rest. I will just catch my breath and be on my way. Ah, yeah, Abuela. Oh, good one. Abuela. Granny Nisa was still worried about me, so she let me have a sip from her water skin. It suited my dry throat and I don't feel like headed anymore. Granny Nisa has a pot of wilting grass. She said it was the last piece fern from her hometown, and that as long as it lived, her home wouldn't truly disappear. But right after saying this, she plucked it with trembling hands. Why? The water skin contains an herbal draught. Drink it when you are not feeling well. Granny Nisa by Tariq. Rustling sound echo from the ventilation deck as Hella, finally spotting someone she recognizes, pushes against the rust-covered grate, making it creak loudly. Abuela the boss. She's like a former gang or mafia, isn't she? The picture of when she's young, just she's so pretty. Zaid? Zaid, get me out of here! There are dead sand moles stuck in this duct that must have been here for years. What? You. Relax. Look what I've got here. The wheel of something. It means you're trapped by something and can't escape. No shit, Sherlock. Yeah, anyone can tell without having to look at the card. Hey, you think this thing can trap me? You have any idea what it means to survive among this city's street thugs? I made it out of there in one piece. Actually, there's a solution. Here, the super carriot card. It means you have the power to break free from restraints. Hella, you gotta get out on your own. Right, you stay put while I go draw the dead card and come back for you. Sand moles, I think like a mole that like to dig sand. Okay, that doesn't help. You can just Google it. Oh, wait, I'll help you. With the other city to look hurt, he approaches the fan with a pout and tries to twist the iron grate a few times. When it doesn't budge, his lips quiver even more, tears welling up in his eyes. No, I think it's pretty cute. I don't know, maybe it looks like a beaver, kinda? It's like a mouse, maybe? But it's just like digging, like really like to dig sand or something like that. Sniff, sniff. Hey, a little bit of patience there. I'm not actually mad at you. Come on, stop crying. Boo-hoo, Zed is useless. Zed just wants to help everyone. But I can't even do this tiny thing right. You might not be strong enough, but you can still keep me company, right? I just got to Führer and don't know much about this place yet. Oh, that I can do. Whatever you want to know, Hela, just ask. I will tell you everything I know. He's precious. When I asked about that, he looked a bit frustrated. Eh? Admitting his reading had never been accurate, but everyone in Führer insisted his predictions were incredibly accurate. That kid looked so smug when he said those cards were a copy of the deck used by that legendary White Sand astrologer. Oh? Oh? We said those cards were a copy of the deck used by the legendary White Sand astrologer. Is it reference to Stargazer? White Sand's fortune teller. Sounds like someone I know, but I bet even that famous astrologer won't say those cards look anything like hers. The drawing are just awful. Yeah, some reference. Next time, let me divine your wishes too. My reading are so accurate, you will see. So she's a legendary. I didn't know the Stargazer is that famous. How do I come back? Has to be Stargazer reference. Yes, Stargazer is a huge deal in White Sands. Do you know any other White Sands Roger indicator reference? Yeah, there's no one else. Fine, I'll crow. Okay. I thought it was attacks. The shouting echoed from far away through the tunnel, faint and indistinct.
Hela?
I'm really waiting until they release this skin of Horo.
Hela?
Huh?
Never heard that name before. Is she your accomplice outside?
Oh, Lysandra. A beam of light shines in Horo's direction. Irritated, she looks up at the flashlight owner, a woman casually crouching at a higher vantage point, flipping a coin in her hand while observing Horo stuck at the bottom of the trap.
Hello there.
Hey!
You look like you're here on vacation. People around here aren't exactly welcoming to folks from this city.
The long-lost sister of Angel. The woman speaks, yet shows absolutely no intention of offering Horo a helping hand.
Who are you?
The woman stands high above. In the darkness, Horo can't make out her face clearly, but there's something unnervingly calm about her posture. A composure that feels out of place, as if she already knows this darkness inside out. Lara Croft, yeah. That's Chief and Angel daughter. Half an hour earlier, Horo entered the underground tunnel through a collapsed opening. The tunnel system proved far more complex than she had anticipated. With her supplies confiscated and no flashlight, she was forced to feel her way forward in the darkness, only to accidentally trigger a trap. At that moment, this woman, with a pair of sunglasses on her face, suddenly appeared to offer her assistance.
The name is Lysandra, White Sands archaeologist. Just like you and your companions, I'm an ordinary passerby, trapped here by the storm.
Oh, archaeologist, not Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider. Lysandra produces a somewhat tattered ID card and dangles it in the air. Horo glimpses a woman's portrait on it, actually looking rather decent.
Archaeology? You came to a place like this on purpose?
Initially, I was just passing through, lying low for a while. This place turned out to be quite interesting, so I stayed to do some digging around.
Lysandra shrugs, completely unfazed by the skepticism directed at her.
You seem quite familiar with this place.
I tried exploring on my own before, but there are too many hidden mechanisms here, and most of them use special materials that can interfere with mania.
She's kind of like more talkative than Angel, to be honest. Lysandra points to the metal bars that have Horo trapped.
So?
It's difficult to venture deeper alone. Fortunately, I know how to deactivate the mechanisms, and you look like you can fight. Plus, we're both curious about this secret passage.
The woman hasn't said it out loud, but Horo catches on immediately. She's suggesting they work together. A suspicious passage and a suspicious woman. The mechanism trapping her isn't impossible to dismantle by force, but with limited knowledge, That might trigger additional traps and possibly compromise her investigation. But working with someone who just emerged out of nowhere, that isn't her style. Just as Horo is about to refuse, an eerie howl echoes from the distance. Her face contoured even further as she noticed how disturbingly unfazed by the sound the woman before her seems.
Now what?
Yeah, Angel's more quiet.
Oh, someone keeps a few watchdogs here, specially trained to retrieve devices and clean up the trash.
Lysandra makes a casual gesture toward Horo. It is clear that the trash she's referring to is Horo herself. Whoa! The howl grows closer, accompanied by noisy dragging and crashing sounds. These are no mere watchdogs, they sound more like savage beasts. The woman's voice drifts down from above behind her.
Just give up. They run much faster than you can break that trap. Reconsider my offer, will you?
Like, an Angel is more like working alone type of character. This one is like, hey, let's work together. Completely opposite. The massive beast rounds the corridor corner, charging straight toward Horo, but the current Legion commander merely responds with a cold laugh. Oh my gosh, Horo is just so cool. Clang, a dagger appears out of nowhere. Horo slashes through her restraint and aims the blade at the beast looming before her.
Impressive. You sure you don't need any help, Shrimp?
Horo responds merely with a cold snort. A flash of steel cuts through the air, her action providing all the answer needed. Angel is so popular back then, she appears awake in our Stockholm Syndrome and gone somehow. I think there's like, when Angel was released and or DT Nike's song was like playing, there's a lot of meme with the house husband or housewife.
You really like being with me, don't
1,
you?
2, 3, 4, 5. Still just put I'm gonna bring if. You can just sit down here if
It's time for the toys to meet
you don't need to do
new
anything.
friends.
Whoa! Did you see that design? Not bad at the design, I will say. It's typical, like, I don't know, Genshin design character. Oh, this one is that can miss 70%. Yeah, it has a chance of missing 70% of the time. I mean, who can make Chief stay at home doing chores, cooking under that age? To be fair, we are being threatened. The Fraser goons imply that we will be dealing with the Fraser lab or whatever. Yeah. The thing is like, at the very least, Hypatia and Irene probably in our side. Another beast falls and Horo faces her final enemy. As she launches what should be the finishing blow, her dagger fails under the strain, the blade snapping clean in half. If not Irene, I just start to think again, if not Irene, then Fatur Blue could be also become the intel between Chief and Hypatia. A hammer tied to a rope plummets from above, striking the beast squarely on the head. It sways for a moment before collapsing, completely going still. Horo looks up to see Lysandra at the edge of the pit, waving down at her. The Legion leader gives a dismissive snort as she grabs the rope, but just as she is about to leap out of the pit, her foot slips. Lysandra instinctively reaches out. In a flash, Horo knocks Lysandra's weapon away and pins her body in a counter hold. Whoa.
Ah, good reflex. You're better than I gave you credit for, Shrimp.
And you're more shameless than I imagined, Tomb Raider.
Oh no! Is it a reference? There it is! Data! Lara Croft Tomb Raider! Definitely, Horo snatches an identity document. Lysandra Archaeologist license. This is a pickpocketing trick she's learned from Hella. She said the take. She carefully peels away the photo on the front, revealing a completely different name and face underneath.
Familiar with secret passage mechanisms, obsessed with ancient ruins, and now this fake license? Archaeologist? Huh. You have the nerve to call yourself that?
She said.
Self-taught archaeology is still archaeology. Hardly counts as lying.
As the broken dagger presses against her, Lysandra raises her hands in surrender.
Fine. At least I was dead honest about wanting to collaborate.
I just realized that this part of her clothes is ripped. The woman doesn't seem to be lying. Horror slowly furrows her brow.
This place was probably built after the Outland War that happened over a decade ago. The war created one wave of refugees, and the disasters produced another. Führer is a refugee settlement with no unified culture, no formal historical records, and not even a single ruin or artifact worth studying.
Horo wins again. Where Horo has Legion name on her back, so you cannot be cannot shame Zoya. She has to win.
The only thing in common is probably the rosary. Everyone here keeps a string of beads on them, which seems to represent some kind of blessing in their language.
Oh? She produced a string of beads made of different material out of her pocket. Indeed, Horo has seen the same accessory on the people who took the legionnaires prisoner. Lysandra then points to the wall of the side passage, where intricate patterns are carved into the surface. This detail will be easily missed in the darkness without close inspections.
Haven't you noticed? This passage is older than the dwellings above, yet its craftsmanship and engineering far surpass those crude stone caves. This couldn't possibly have been built by the Fiorians. They don't even know these underground passages exist. This place is by no means rich, yet information about it is kept tightly sealed. I'm searching for something special that might be hidden beneath Führer.
I wonder if it was created by the same people that... Do you remember on Raging Sands, we also go to underground something and we see like some sort of like this carving also? Like people worshipping the flower or something like that?
What's buried isn't always treasure. It could just as easily be a landmine waiting to explode.
I mean, Raging Sands has been a long time ago, so if you forget that is
Seeing is
normal.
believing, but I need to see for myself to make that judgment. You possess great strength, but lack the experience navigating traps and secret passages. Fighting your way through would take forever. I can help you, and we'll split the findings as is customary. We each get what we want. It's perfectly fair.
Horo, that's my name. Stop calling me Shrimp. And if you try anything suspicious, I'll be the first to throw you down to feed the dogs.
Damn, I can't believe this is the same Horo that we met on the chapter
Now we've
3.
both laid out our terms. Sounds fair to me.
This is one hell of a character development.
So, do we have a deal?
Lysandra raises a hand. After a moment, Horo lowers the knife she's been pressing against Lysandra's throat and lightly slaps her palm, signaling their deal is sealed. I love shrimp, especially the head. I usually actually avoid the head. Like I don't like when I see the eyeball eating the eyeball, it just feels like, oh, did I just eat the eyeball? Horo turned away first, ready to continue their exploration, when Lysandra's voice suddenly pops up behind her with a belated realization.
All right, I've explored this path before. There are quite a few more traps ahead besides the one we just passed. You'd better be careful and follow exactly in my footsteps.
Before she can finish her sentence, the grinding of mechanical gears echoes through the corridor, followed by monster howls. The next second, more guardian beasts surge from the depth of the passage. Horo turns around with a deadpan expression to face Lysandra, who's putting on her most innocent look. Is that
Like this?
her most innocent look?
Yep, exactly like this.
Deep breath failed to quell her rage, but Horo knows there's only one proper target for her anger, the enemy. Suppressing her frustration, she turns to face the beast and prepares for battle. Is there new... They don't really tell what is... Oh, gain a significant magic resistance boost. Gain physical and magic penetration boost and deal significant more damage to shield the target. Just gonna use damage then. Wait, where was I? Oh, there one. It's a bit confusing, the UI. They should make different expression like they did to Awu. Yeah, Awu sprite on story and Awu sprite on the interrogation room is like, it feels like being drawn by two different artists. Guardian beasts howl as they race through the passage outside, oblivious to what lies just beside them. Horo and Lysandra have tucked themselves into a small alcove branching off from the main tunnel, taking this moment to hide and recover their strength. Horo's dagger has been completely ruined in the battle. She clicks her tongue in frustration and tosses the useless blade aside, resigning herself to fighting barehanded, when suddenly a new dagger and a familiar-looking flashlight sail through the air toward her. Wait, Horo doesn't bring her axe? Horo looks up with a furrowed brow, just in time to see Lysandra withdrawing her hand.
Some spare equipment in exchange for an answer. Fair enough? You're no Tomb Raider, and probably not a mercenary either. That you're willing to risk getting blown to pieces by these traps to keep going deeper. What are you really looking for, Horo?
Answer. For an inheritance, the cursed treasure. Who knows which lucky soul has received this precious burden this time? Horo gives Lysandra a guarded look, weighing her next words carefully.
It's nothing good, that's for sure. If you value your life, stay away from it.
You think it's that thing waiting for us at the end of this path?
I hope not. But...
Outside, silence returned once more. The two leave their hiding spot and head back to the main passage.
whatever's buried down there, inheritance or not, it's definitely nothing harmless.
A dangerously powerful energy permeates the air. As they descend deeper, the mania grows thicker, coiling through the narrow passage, just like when Horo confronted the inheritance before. Horo turns to find Lysandra with an unusual frown on her face, deep in thought.
What's wrong? Disappointed there's no treasure chest full of gold coins down there?
Meeting Horo's teasing gaze, Lysandra pauses momentarily.
No, it's better this way, actually. People here always claim Führer is the safest place as long as they have Fraser's protection. They put too much faith in others, which is dangerous. Tomb Raiders who rely too heavily on external assistance usually end up dead. Always make sure your life is in your own hands. Sadly, not everyone understands this truth.
The pair venture deeper into the secret tunnel. Strange metallic patterns are embedded in the rock walls, activated by mania, forming unusual, almost eerie streaks along the passage. The tunnel finally levels out, revealing a stone door at its end. Just as Horo moves to push it open, Lysandra holds her back. Frowning, she leans closer to the door and hears muffled movement from the other side. Oh. Their view suddenly opens up into a cavernous chamber. The dome soars high overhead, from which hangs an enormous metal spear. Something is seeping out through the cracks in the spear surface, trickling down into a pool below. Oh no. Meanwhile, two figures stand at the center of the room. The taller one examines the massive apparatus with apparent curiosity.
Wow, you've already gotten this far. That's some solid progress indeed.
But the current yield isn't stable enough yet. We'll need to implement further optimizations.
Synex gives the report a cursory glance before changing the subject entirely.
Oh, by the way, what's the story with those prisoners? Did they come here specifically from Dis City?
Just some lost travelers. Führer has always harbored strong animosity towards Dis City, and these people were merely caught in the crossfire. They'll be released soon.
I see.
Done flipping through the report, the woman reveals a hidden compartment in the wall and tucks the document back inside. She appears to murmur something else, causing the girl beside her to frown. Hypatia ultimately sighs before leading Synex out through another exit. After making sure the two have left, Horo carefully pushes open the stone door and enters the chamber. There are no inheritance or sarcophagi here, and upon entering this chamber, the previously pervasive mania has vanished as if it never existed at all. At the center of the room, a metallic liquid flows from a massive spear, dripping down slowly.
Aurum secretum. The barrier surrounding Führer is made of this stuff. Apparently, it could substitute hypercubes and block mania completely.
Is it being refined? Or...
The central spear rotates continuously, emitting a soft hum. The liquid metal pulls beneath it before flowing through carved channels in the floor, spreading in all directions and disappearing into the base of the wall. Horo frowns. She pulls out the photo she's been carrying. The blurry image clearly shows this exact location, but there's no trace of the Deus corpus here, nor anyone waiting to meet her. Who the hell sent this photo, and what exactly are they trying to accomplish? Lysandra surveys the room and locates where the woman has stored her report. She disabled the lock to reveal a narrow compartment, functioning merely as a small safe. She turns the pages to reveal neatly printed text. Fraser Institute Furor Experiment Site. Research report on Aurum Secretum properties. Project number FRIAS07. Part 1 Resonance Property Test. Test sample 1113? No, I think it's Hypercube. Objective induce resonance between Aurum Secretum and Hypercubes to acquire anti-mania properties and test potential resource substitution. Procedure. Following resonance experiment with sample 1, the surrounding mania field temporarily stabilized with no significant depletion observed in sample 1. The Fraser-Cardas barrier device designed based on this resonance effect has entered preliminary testing phase. Results. According to observation at the Führer experiment site, while the Fraser-Cardas demonstrates some degree of anti-mania field effect, a continuous supply of highly pure Aurum Secretum is required, or its effectiveness will rapidly deteriorate. Conclusion. Aurum Secretum cannot replace Hypercubes. Who is Fraser-Cardas? Aurum Secretum is like the technology or something. The weapon, technically the weapon that what is it? Hypatia used. Yeah, I think you missed it in the first part. Mania Crystal. Objective. Induce resonance between Aurum Secretum and Mania Crystals to amplify its offensive property for mass destruction weapon development. Following resonance experiment with sample 2, the induced mania field was observed to instantly enter a polarized state. Mania weapons developed based on this resonance effect exhibit excessive side effect, rendering them unsuitable as conventional equipment. Conclusion. Consider shifting research direction to develop self-destructive weapon based on this resonance effect.
This is also Aurum Secretum? Strange.
Turning to the next page, large black reduction blocks begin to appear. Someone has deliberately censored certain information. The document you are reading right now will explain what Sacrum is for. Oh. Ash crystal. Oh, When I see this, I'm so tempted to press it and then just reveal the non-spoiler tag. Use blah 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 to create this directed resonance between aurum secretum and ash crystal, enhancing sample 3 suppression of power. Resonance experiment with sample 3 proved extremely dangerous. After several failures, research approach was modified. Multiple experiments indicate that aurum secretum devices can effectively restrict the power of enabling user to acquire these abilities. By increasing resonance output, it is possible to currently the subject can withstand a maximum output of 72%. Overloading may cause mental contamination, physical disintegration, and other irreversible corruption effects. So it can suppress. It can restrict the power. So it's almost like shackle. Not really. It can enable user to acquire this ability. Oh no! Everything is. Aurum secretum was devoured by the sample during the experiment. Sample activation proved extremely dangerous, further operation forbidden. Devoured by the sample. Roll up, fitting on deep. As the redacted section. Oh, is it the. Yeah. As the redacted section multiply, unease grow in horror. Oh, you're correct actually. The Apostle of Ashes also absorbing things. Is that the beginning of the Apostle of Ashes? At the very least, this one. Ash crystals, mania resonance. If aurum secretum was simply a technology to counter mania, why would they need to experiment on so many different samples? The report isn't over yet. They continue to turning the pages. Test subject compatibility experiment. Non-congenital sinner. Non-congenital sinner and disaster survivor exhibit high resonance with base level mania properties of N02. Related files transferred from the headquarters. Subject successfully controlled target using the aurum secretum device. Non-congenital sinner. In a non-state, the sinner was ordered to force resonate with ash crystal using regular aurum secretum. Stabilization was done externally with protective equipment. The subject displayed a high level of aurum secretum corruption with a short use period, but could exert maximum power within extreme threshold limit. Self-mutating sinner. Subject was infected by mania and became a sinner after prolonged exposure to aurum secretum related product. Despite several resonance experiments, this test subject resonance output has consistently remained at low level. Currently, the test subject mental state is stable with no visible sign of corruption on the body surveys. Residence. This type of subject is vulnerable to resonance and is easily influenced by mania, with excessively rapid mutation rates. Currently, this approach has been abandoned. Related experimental materials were transferred to. At the end of the report are the signature of the person in charge. 2 names rest side by side at the start of the list. Oh, who's it gonna be? Project leader Hypatia Campbell, Adelaide Campbell. Who's Adelaide Campbell?
If it wasn't to replace hypercubes, then why produce so much aurum secretum? What was their real purpose?
Though raced through her mind as she grabs at piece of flashback. Top. The secret passage we just came through had guardian beasts and mania suppressing aurum secretum devices. Were those really just meant to keep intruders out? Hey, who's there? Lysandra yanks horror backward as they retreat. they immediately shooting, aren't they? The sheet of paper in their hands scatter across the floor, instantly shredded by incoming laser fire. Have a good night, Lambo. Alert, intruders are detected. Secure all positions. Footsteps echo from every direction. Guards pour through side door from all around the room, training their weapons on the trespasser who dare enter this restricted area. Oh! I'm really convinced there is one that has to like go here and go there. Like why though? So okay, I'm gonna put if here.
By all rights, I shouldn't be involved in this city's conflicts.
Check your gear. Bring sufficient tools and ropes.
Hmm? You really like
1, 2,
being
3,
with
4,
me,
5,
don't
6.
you?
They want us to lose so much. They put literally next to us, like what the hell? Okay, I can just use the door. Wait, why? Oh, I forgot the Shruma is not attacking. What about the mushroom? Let's use that. And the design is not bad, eh? Pretty cute.
Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, wait, this thing can be damaged? I didn't know that this thing can be. No! 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 Ah!
Thank you for tuning in.
I lost the sun. Damn it. They're hopelessly outnumbered. Horo and Lysandra keeps retreating until their back pressed against the stone door they came through. Behind them, faint tremors and savage roars reverberate through the door. Something is charging toward them at high speed. Lysandra frowns, attempting to pull Horo away from the stone entrance. But suddenly the entire chamber shakes violently. The tremors are coming from the city above. Horo's face pales with horror.
Hella?
She's still up there. Horo is under attack. She's in danger.
Hey! Where are you going?
Get out of my way. Fear is in danger. I have to go back and save my friend.
The woman frowns behind her sunglasses. They've just uncovered crucial evidence, but the guards are already on high alert. If they don't press on now, it will be nearly impossible to come back to continue their investigation later.
Calm down. We're just one step away from completing our investigation. Even if you go back now, there's really not much you can do. Hey!
Not listening. Horo knows if something happened to Hela, she will be in trouble. Without a moment hesitation, Horo shakes off Lysandra's hand and turns back toward the exit. The tremors intensify, causing the tunnel entrance to shake violently. It could collapse and bury her alive at any moment, but Horo doesn't hesitate and runs straight into the tunnel.
Ugh. Why they all gotta be so damn stubborn?
She falls silent for a moment, then once again she takes out that coin she always carries and flips it into the air. Snap! She catches the coin before it completes its fall. Without even checking whether it's head or tail, she's already made her decision. Then what's the point then? Horo sprints through the quacking tunnel, while she has smashed through several mechanisms along the way with her brute force. Even she has her limits. Suddenly the ground beneath her feet gives way, and she nearly plunges into a trough. She's like a small Zoya. Brute force all the way. At the critical moment, someone grabs her from behind and pulls her back to safety. Horo turns around to see the cold face of that woman who always sports a pair of sunglasses, even in the dark. How she can even see that?
You're not staying behind to find the treasure?
I've already found everything worth finding. Aren't you rushing to save someone? Come on. I'll clear the path for you.
Wait, what? That's it? Complete all current Heladian to enter. Okay. I thought that was the ending. Oh, I have to take picture? No, let's continue. Don't worry. I have to do this thing first. So what do I have to say? Focal length set to close. No, I think this wait, what do I need to take picture of? This one? Don't you think like it kind of like similar with the underground symbol? I hear voices in my head. Oh, I'm sorry. Finally, this ordeal is almost over. Gasping from exhaustion, Hella moves closer only to discover it's just another air fan. Outside is a beautiful corridor. Two people are walking by and talking about something urgently. Are you serious? Shh, careful. We can't talk about it here. If word gets out, there will be consequences for us all. No wonder their readings I've been monitoring have become frighteningly high these days, and they keep rising. If that's really the case, then that would mean... The other person nods slyly and lets out a sigh. Well, that barrel is another problem. The maintenance costs are enormous. We used to immobilize local residents to help with upkeep. But with the danger out there now, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Get what? What are you saying? Come on, be more specific! Burning with curiosity, Hela tries to inch closer but accidentally knocks over the small Arum secretum doll beside her. The noise startles the whispering researchers. Someone's coming. Let's go and talk somewhere else. Follow me. So Hypatia was trying to lead me to the lab, but why the heck must I crawl through that duct? My arms feels like they're gonna fall off. I'm exhausted. No wonder Horror kept telling me to train with the Legion. And I'm for skipping those sessions again. I can't understand a single word those researchers are mumbling. Something about disciplinary action and cause. That dummy's desk was covered in document full of that stuff. But it was also confusing. They didn't sound exactly happy though. Is something about to happen? Okay, let's do this. The destined sage shall be summoned forth, first to redeem all living beings, then to lead everything into oblivion. Fine, I will crawl through this stupid pipe. It's an irony, like, her weapon is a pipe and I don't have to crawl inside the pipe. Hela desperately wishes that when she had shouted those words, the tiny doll could have given her a warning. She wasn't about to crawl through just a short ventilation duct, but the entire Furor mountain.
Oro, I'm sorry. I'll never skip your training sessions again. Does this thing ever end?
Yeah, you better train your leg. The doll continues to hop forward dutifully, while deep in the darkness ahead, another faint speck of light appears. As they move forward, the light grows brighter and fragments of conversation begin to reach her ears. Oh, we are in Hypatia room.
Well done, well done. I see you've got everything perfectly organized, my lady. From those Dis City outsiders to the Institute's Aurum Secretum. With talents like yours, it's no wonder the higher-ups entrusted the entire Institute to you.
Is that dangerous woman from Fraser again? Speaking insincerely with exaggerated gestures, Sanex leads over to peer at Hypatia, who stands by the operation station.
Oh? What's this?
Oh? Hypatia is manipulating something on the bench. With each gesture of her hands, the metal begins to melt, flow, and combine into entirely new structures. They shimmer with Aurum Secretum distinctive luster, yet appear different from what Hela has seen before. They are more refined, more perfect.
Just a personal side project, that's all. They require minimal Aurum Secretum, yet can generate extensive protective formations. The strength issue of the first generation has already been solved. This new version has a shorter effective duration but vastly increased power. The protection it provides is already approaching that of hypercube barriers. All this data was collected with help from both the townspeople and researchers, but... never mind. You probably wouldn't be interested anyway. Let's get to the main issue, Sinex.
Oh,
Has the
Sinex.
family approved sending more staff to assist with the lab's evacuation?
What do you think?
No. The metal structure begins to stabilize. Hypatia sets down her experiment sample and calmly raises her head to meet Sinex's disingenuous smile.
I don't see any issues with my proposal. Of course, I'm not solely relying on the additional staff. The new Aurum Secretum barrier will last longer. Simply by using the same amount of Aurum Secretum as in the original plan, we can buy double the time for our researchers' evacuation. Furorians aren't familiar with Aurum Secretum, so they wouldn't be particularly helpful even for transportation tasks. The lab has already begun the evacuation preparations, and we can manage the remaining equipment with our current staff.
Sinex puts on an almost deliberately suppressed expression, covering her mouth with theatrical exaggerations.
My goodness, you're nearly done preparing already? Führer's guardian is always so dependable. But I'm afraid I must apologize, my lady. Despite all your hard work, well, plans rarely survive changing circumstances. You see, there's actually a slight modification to the evacuation plan.
A sense of foreboding washes over Hela, cold sweat breaking out across her back pressed against the stone wall. She hears the woman's soft, chilling laugh before the voice continues.
The diplomatic mission has been moved up, and the delegation is understaffed. All those who were originally reserved for you have been reassigned. There's far too much valuable equipment in Führer for just the few remaining researchers to transport. So... the family has decided to continue with the previous plan, conscripting local residents as assistants who will remain in Führer to guard the Aurum Secretum until the recovery team arrives to retrieve them, dead or alive.
Oh. What does that mean? The Furorians have to stay until the Aurum Secretum is recovered? What about the damaged barrier outside? The Apostle? How are they supposed to protect themselves once the whole lab leaves? Hela's thought races chaotically as she hears Hypatia speaking urgently outside.
The barrier's maintenance has already been suspended. It won't hold much longer, and the Apostle could return at any moment.
Exactly! Time is of the essence, which is why we need everyone working together, right? The people of Führer are such good folks. The moment they heard they'd be helping Lady Hypatia, they agreed without a second thought.
But the residents here are just ordinary people. If they try to use Aurum Secretum to fight back...
The woman raises her index finger to her lips, casually silencing Hypatia's protests.
Miss Hypatia, they are to remain behind. This is the family's final say.
Why is the rich also like a douche?
Don't forget our mission. Your research was never merely about protecting some small city nestled in the rocks. On the contrary, Führer was built for Aurum Secretum and exists solely for it. This is merely a necessary choice for our progress. It's natural that you pity and sympathize with them, but Aurum Secretum is the Campbell family's critical plan for revitalizing all of Outlands. Its development and protection are so demanding that it requires these people to stay behind, toiling like beasts of burden until they're expended. Of course, your research here has already earned high praise within the family. As for those people staying behind... well, they are equipped with Aurum Secretum, aren't they? Perhaps they'll survive somehow, don't you think?
She leans in close to Hypatia. Her voice is hypnotic whisper.
Now is the time to put them to use. This is for the greater good, and as a Campbell, it should be your ultimate mission. We've come too far now. Can't let everyone's effort go to waste. can we?
Hypatia trembles from head to toe, her jaw clenched tight.
The plan has never changed, has it? You never intended to spare Führer from the very beginning.
The masked woman steps forward and yanks up Hypatia's sleeve to expose her arm, revealing winding trails of corruption that spiral from her palm upward, leaving the entire limb scarred. Oh. The same mark was seen on the Furorians who got backfired by Aurum Secretum while using the weapons.
And what about you? You never told them the price of using Aurum Secretum either, did you?
Hypatia pulls back instantly. The woman releases her with a smirk, her tone growing more taunting.
How beautiful. How hard must you have worked on this Aurum Secretum barrier? I bet you've barely gotten any sleep in 10 days. What a shame they'll never know how much you've done for them, overworking yourself day and night. But all that work will now be mercilessly torn to shreds. Aurum Secretum is such a great invention. It amplifies energy exponentially by resonating with it. Yes, there are some side effects, but from a strategic perspective, it far surpasses hypercubes in value. How could something this valuable be wasted on protecting some tiny refugee shelter?
She picks up the recently adjusted Aurum Secretum from the bench. Its soft fluorescent blue glow becomes engulfed by the mania in her palm, transforming into an ominous black-purple hue. Hypatia's expression darkens instantly as she lunges forward to seize the Aurum Secretum from her hand.
Give it back! The barrier still needs to be adjusted.
No, you no longer need it. Not for the upcoming evacuation.
Stop! What are you doing?
As she speaks, Sinex opens her mouth and swallows the Aurum Secretum in her hand. Mania surges through the room. The structure Hela is hiding behind creaks and groans, while the storm of mania stings her eyes so much she can barely keep them open. When the violent surge finally subsides, the room furnishing lies in ruins, yet the two figures at its center still remain standing. The instigator appears completely unscathed, even licking her lips with lingering satisfaction.
Now, about our evacuation plan. You will cooperate, won't you?
Hypatia offers no response. Her head hangs low, and though her back remains straight, she looks so small and fragile, as if she might collapse at any moment.
Well then, consider yourself informed. Good night, my lady. Do get some rest.
Sinex gives a knowing smile, then turns and walks away. Silence finally returns to the room. Hypatia staggers forward, bracing herself against the bench with one hand. She takes several deep breaths, but ultimately crumples to the floor, trembling as she buries her face in the crook of her arm. A noise breaks the silence. Someone jumps down from the overhead ventilation duct, meeting Hypatia's gaze as she looks up.
Hela? Did you hear everything just now?
Hela presses her lips together, her expression tense.
You gonna say yes to her?
I don't know.
Will you say no then?
I don't know.
No, you do know. You know perfectly well. You've known all along. But you still let the townspeople use the Aurum Secretum weapons!
The girl across from her averts her gaze, her voice barely audible.
Here in White Sands, one must pay a price to protect oneself. This applies to everyone.
Huh. That sounds exactly like something a noble would say.
Hypatia looks up as if stung, her lips trembling, before finally bowing her head deeply.
I'm sorry. I should have told you sooner. She's right. Führer was never just a shelter from the beginning. The Campbells funded this place, supplied it with resources, and ultimately turned it into a testing ground for Aurum Secretum. My research. It was supposed to protect Führer and all similar settlements across White Sands, but the Apostle keeps expanding its territory, and the barrier is already operating at maximum capacity. I can't find a way to improve it, and we're running out of time. Please, Hela, trust me. I swear on the Campbell name, everything I've done has been for this city. I will get all of you out safely. But now, I've already... I'm sorry. Please don't ask me any more questions.
Hypatia gently takes Hela's hand.
When it's all over, I'll explain everything to you properly, okay?
So, this was all part of your plan from the beginning? Aurum Secretum, the Campbells, everything. There was never any real hope here. Fine. If you want me to trust you, then tell me! Given everything you're capable of, if you just spoke up, everyone would believe you, so why? Why not tell everyone the truth yourself? Why do you need help from someone from this city?
Hela's question completely stunned Hypatia, leaving her frozen in place. The ground beneath them shakes violently as the alarm warning of another attack on the barrier blares again.
Is it the Apostle? Crap, everyone in the city's in danger. We need to get down there. Hypatia?
The girl remains frozen in place, head bowed, her voice so faint it's barely audible.
I can't show myself publicly. If my family found out, then the final plan would also...
To hell with the Campbells! To hell with your family! It's all bullshit!
Something gets thrown down at Hypatia's feet, rolling several times before stopping in her sight. It's a small Aurum Secretum doll, the very object she had given Hela to guide her way.
The greater good? That's just a pretty excuse for using them! How can you even call yourself a noble if you can't even protect your own people, but instead suck them dry and use them as human shields? You're just a bunch of cowardly parasites hiding behind others! The Campbells. How are they any different from the Dis City mice they despise?
Hela pauses, her voice nearly breaking.
Do you really think a noble's life is worth more than a commoner's? I thought you truly cared about them. That you were different from the others. I was wrong. Fine. If you won't save them, I will!
Hela? Wait!
Hela turns away and rushes outside amid violent tremors. Hela is more getting closer to looks like Chief. The talk no jutsu, the carelessly jumping into danger.
Check your gear.
I can see Chief
Efficient tools
already
and
with
By all
her
rights, I shouldn't be involved in
attitude.
this city's conflicts.
Eh, why are you there? You here?
Go!
The same people who won that mania don't care about poor people. Typical, yeah. Oh, did you just ignoring me? What the hell?
For tuning in.
Boom. And the Apostle of Ashes come at the wrong time. Oh, definitely limit again. Hela races out of the elevated lab and sprints downward, running straight into a dust-covered Horo who has just emerged from the underground. From underground.
Hella, why are you coming out of the lab? That bunch of...
I know! We'll deal with them later! Ah!
Another violent tremor shakes the ground, and a massive rift opens beneath Hela's feet. Horo grabs her from behind and pulls her back in time so she can regain her footing.
Fuhrer's defenses won't hold much longer. We can't risk losing the entire Legion here. We should retreat for now.
Oh no, Horo, are we just gonna abandon them? Horo starts to walk away, but Hela grabs her arm.
Wait! Before we leave, there's something more important.
Oh, there's still more. Nice. Let me just clear the yellow because it's bothering me. Cool. Grain of sins form a tower until catastrophe strike everything down. Dense black sand assaults the city. The overhead barrier is on the verge of collapse. Cracks are spreading in the trembling rock structure. Sandy wind and mania seep through this rift into furor, stinging exposed skin with every gust. Hela races through the ruined city, searching for any remaining resident.
Tarek! Zaid! Old Ross! Granny Nisa!
The streets are empty. They must have gone to the shelter, which has to be... The cave entrance is barricaded with layers of wooden planks and rubble. Furorians struggle to fend off vicious beasts trying to force their way through the rift. Their defenses are fragile, but they continue to fight with grim determination. Tarek pulls wooden plank from a shelf, desperately reinforcing the cave defenses. The outer barricades are being stripped away by the relentless sand beast, forcing him to reapply layer after layer futilely. The next moment, a sharp whoosh cut through the air, and light suddenly strains through a rift that was completely blocked by sand beast just now.
Hela?
Hela is pulled into the chamber. The cave is in complete chaos, filled with painful moans and sobs. The wounded lie in the deepest part of the room, while every Furorian still able to stand form a protective line in front of them, weapons in hand.
Where did you run off to? We still need to go and rescue the others. You should stay here with Granny and the rest. It's safer here.
No! Wrong! You got it all wrong!
Hela interrupts Tarek, panting heavily.
The apostle outside is growing stronger! It'll break through the barrier any minute now! Forget about the lab! We need to escape and get the hell out of here!
What are you talking about? With Hypatia on our side, there's no way they could so easily...
Oh. The defense at the entrance are attacked again. Hela swings her pipe to repel Sand Beast nearly bursting into the room, shouting at the top of her lungs.
Aurum Secretum can't protect Führer! It won't save anyone, it can't truly block mania! Don't you get it yet? The Campbells left you all here to die for them!
As Hela finished speaking, she realized the room has fallen completely silent.
Old Ross? Tarek? Hey, just say something!
Ross and Tarek exchange a knowing glance, then sigh with resignation.
Actually, we've known all of that for some time now. Some strange, horned woman dressed like a Fraser official told us in the marketplace today.
Is it Cinex?
What? If you all knew this already, then why are you still here?
Hela looks around at everyone in bewilderment, seeing the same wry, knowing smile on all of their faces.
Hela, we have nowhere else to go. Our homes were all destroyed by disasters long ago. You guys have got hypercubes in this city. You don't have to worry about waking up to find your house buried in sand or whether you'll survive until morning. Here, even if you do survive, you'd have to abandon your homeland and hide in shelters, living day by day. Hypatia also offered to take us away, but where else could we go?
Hela is rendered speechless. As she scans the room, she sees children, the elderly, people who are sick, injured, or disabled. She can't even find a single person who she can call healthy. Tarik, my sweet man, sadly just an NPC. I'm surprised you're not really reacting to Rose, Julian. Everyone here bears countless wounds and endless exhaustion. These are the marks that disaster and long-term suffering have carved into their bodies.
No. It shouldn't be like this.
Her eyes feel stung as her vision blurs. She's seen it all, the powerless struggle desperately just to survive, only to end up merely existing rather than living. The kind soul who suffer constantly and still yearn that one day hope might arrive. And the cunning ones who live on the edges, sending off their fallen companions with songs of farewell. Oh, is that Tuco reference? The shadows from her memories began to merge with the people before her, all of them so fragile, yet so resolute. There are no more materials left in the chamber to reinforce the barricades. The growl outside the cave grows louder. The defensive line is about to collapse. The wooden boards are shaking, but a pair of firm hands steady them. One by one, the Furorians move past Hela to the front, filling in the gaps in the defense line using their own bodies. Isn't it like Graves' event also on the second part where we got emotional because we have to say no to Graves and left her?
Hypatia is smarter than all of us. She has knowledge and influence and is the genius of the Campbell family. She can accomplish things that none of us can do.
But if you stay, you'll all die!
If sacrificing one person can save 100, if leaving us behind will help Hypatia go faster and further, so she can save many more people in the future, then we'll stay willingly, without regret.
More people brush past Hela, walking forward without hesitation toward their mission. Strings of rosaries get taken off and placed in Hela's palm. Children should always be protected. They are leaving their blessing to Hela.
Perhaps someday, she'll develop the perfect Aurum Secretum. It'll change the whole White Sands, helping our compatriots who were separated from us during the disasters, so... It's okay if our Führer disappears. There will be more Führers in the future. They will live on in our place.
Another growl. The chamber shakes as the barricade at the entrance collapses. A sharp claw reaches in and hooks onto Tarik's clothes, nearly dragging him out of the cave. But, oh no, it's so close.
Is that?
Hypatia! A slender figure stands on the open ground outside the cave. Her usually immaculate cloak is stained with dust. She is wounded, having dealt with countless invaders on her way here. Fallen corpses litter the ground outside the cave. Unnatural protrusions can be seen in her hand. Bizarrely shaped mantle penetrates her wrist, extending from the wound, climbing upward, deeply embedded in her flesh. The two stand in silence. After a long while, Hela finally begins slowly.
You knew they wouldn't leave.
Yes.
You knew that they believed in your Aurum Secretum so much, they were willing to die for it. You knew everything all along.
I'm sorry.
Hela's vision blurs. She roughly rubs her eyes, forcing back the tears threatening to fall.
They're all idiots. I mean, staying alive is what matters most. Why doesn't anyone get that? Apostle is coming. We're running out of time.
A hand reaches out, gently pulling Hela's hand away from her face.
No, we still have a chance. The Furorians won't follow me, but I'm sure you can find a way to make them go with you. Trick them, coax them, or even threaten them. No offense, but if you wanted to, you could do all these things, couldn't you?
No offense. Like she knows she's such a barbaric creature.
I could indeed. No, that's not the point! But what happens after we get out? The Aurum Secretum won't protect them. With the Sinner around, the Apostle will still catch up to us.
I will destroy it.
Oh, you can? Hypatia's expression is resolute. She means every word.
No way! That's an Apostle of Ashes we're talking about. Even injured, it's not something you can take down alone. And the Campbells value you so much, they won't just let you walk away. And what about your research? Without you, the Aurum Secretum will...
Hypatia shakes her head. She raises her arm, revealing shard of Aurum Secretum embedded in her flesh, as if erupting from beneath her skin.
The small doll you threw at me contained a piece of highly refined Aurum Secretum. It was part of my Aurum Secretum barrier research, although Cynics consumed all the other parts. Fortunately, this piece remains. Using Sinner power to control it is something only I, its inventor, can accomplish.
But still...
Huh? No! Why she's crying? The girl's fingertips gently press against her chest, touching the cold insignia pinned above her heart. Moonlight bats in the city, illuminating her profile. Her eyes are downcast, but her voice remains determined.
Being a Campbell means being exceptional, more formidable than ordinary people. Protected by Fraser City, drawing wisdom from our ancestors' knowledge, we must also bear the responsibility of returning this wisdom to our people. Having received everyone's respect, I must live up to their trust. I must protect Führer and everyone. This time, I won't run away. These should have been my promises all along, and they are my responsibility.
But the song feels like Istia kind of song. She pauses, her voice low and hoarse.
Not to mention that the Campbells have already failed them once. I cannot break my promise a second time.
You're an idiot too. You're gonna face the Apostle alone? With what? If anyone could take that thing down solo, it wouldn't still be here today! You pig-headed idiot! You arrogant snob!
Yao probably called. Running out of insults, Hela looks dejected suddenly.
One life versus 100. This should never be a choice we have to make.
Hypatia to be frivolous girl. Cold finger brush against the back of Hela's hand. Hypatia gently takes hold of it, just as she did when they first met.
Help me, Hela. He told me I could depend on you. Go now. I must make my preparations.
It is chief. Believe in my daughter! A whistle sounds from above. Hela looks up to see Horo with the Legion gathered behind her.
We're out of time. Let's follow her plan for now.
Hela wants to say more, but Hypatia gently pushes her toward the Legion. They part ways. As Hela walks toward Horo, she turns to look back, seeing only a thin, frail figure standing alone in the distance. She waves goodbye until the rocks obscure her silhouette, and she vanishes from sight.
Goodbye, Hela.
Oh no! Hypatia! Oh, Hypatia! Don't worry, child, you can do this. We believe in Hela! Hela will save the day just like the father did every single time. You can do it! No, no, it's over! Savage Scroll. We have to wait until tomorrow for the ending. But speaking of like taking down Apostle of Ashes, as far as I remember, I thought Awu is also being able to defeat the Star Beast Apostle of Ashes on her own. Like I feel like an S rank probably can do it though. It should be, right? Unless Hypatia is not a sinner yet. Because when she used the Aurum weapon, she also got injured, which is usually I think like if it's a sinner, it shouldn't be like that. So I don't know. Is she already a sinner or not? Because I believe S rank can deal with Apostle of Ashes. We have Awu, we have Yao is a good example. Hela beat the problem with effort, father beat problem with marriage reform. Document said that sinners get damaged too, but much less. Oh really? Oh yeah, I think like there was like some info dump that I missed it. Yeah, probably. So she so she might be already a sinner already. Who knows? Yeah. So it's good to see Hela and Horo again. I really like this part of the picture. Hela and Horo, it looks like they are bestie. And I feel like Hypatia is like the Hecate for the current arc in Hela's arc right now. It's good to see Hela and Horo again, but because our heroes are always different color. Maybe I'm a Campbell also. Maybe God damn it. My true name is Kaiser Campbell. Oh no, am I also another illegitimate son of the Campbell family? Who knows? No, I remember you have red eyes, not blue and red. Really? No, I never change my eyes. So yeah. What confused me though, like despite of like Hypatia, how is it the eye is different with Irene? So Hypatia is red and green, right? But
Greetings,
Irene.
Chief. Before we begin today's work.
Where's it? Let's take a look at Irene. This one. Irene is like blue and red. How? What kind of gene is this? I think this one is looking better. Blue and red, while Hypatia is red and green. Like, what is this gene? I don't even know. How is that even possible? Is it because like maybe they are on different mother? Because possibly, yeah. Did you ever forgotten son? Maybe the blue and green from the mom's side. That's actually possible, yeah. It's probably the mom's side. Blue and green. Oh yeah, you make sense. So the red is from the father. So does it mean that the father have red eyes? So the father has red eyes. Makes sense. Actually, maybe we can just read the profile together so we can know more. Hopefully there's no spoiler though. Name, Hypatia, blah 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 blah, criminal record. Okay, a legitimate Campbell offspring and the youngest researcher in the history of the Fraser Institute. The subject has made significant contribution to the advancement of our technology. She typically devotes herself to academic pursuit and rarely appear in public. This exchange marked her first official visit to the city. According to the agency investigation, the subject is deeply involved in a highly classified project at the Institute. This project received covert backing from the Campbell family. Specific details remain unknown and require further investigation. What is her power? She can manipulate matter upon physical contact, transforming its property and restructuring its composition. Special metal processed by the subject can result in many substance. Sometimes I don't really know this ability, just too fake for me. Ability when visiting the city. Okay. I'm not gonna read arrest records because it's probably spoiler, so Now I'm curious with Irene. I actually never read Irene profile. Okay, let's see. It never says she's illegitimate. Owned under the subject name, Queen has engaged in illegal business operation and hostile takeover in multiple sectors in the city, as well as attempted to break into the hypercube industry, undermining the foundation of the city economy. Investigation by the TAN agency also suggests that Queen has deeply rooted relationship with foreign power, the Campbell family. Relationship? She's literally the daughter. Considering that Queen President Irene has a record of colluding with desert bandits, her intentional concealment of her senior identity may suggest a more ambitious intention. Special supervision is therefore required as her true purpose is being further investigated. Due to the subject's powerful espionage and strategizing abilities, most of the previous allegations against her are in fact untrue. For example, the subject detention by the MDC is in fact also part of her plan. Although the new intelligence still contains many discrepancies, the subject has never displayed hostility or unauthorized behavior during her detention. Chief is currently in charge of managing her. They don't mention much about the Campbells, about her. It's more like about her company instead. Oh, it is actually said the illegitimate daughter of Bryce Campbell, the head of the Campbell. Oh, the name is Bryce, so it's not Fraser Campbell. So who is Fraser Campbell? Is it the grandpa? Is it like the founder of Campbell family? The legitimate daughter of Bryce Campbell, the head of the Campbell family, and his mistress. The subject lived with her biological mother during childhood. Influenced by her mother's profession as a chess teacher, the subject is particularly good at playing chess. After Bryce recognized her identity and brought her home, the subject rarely contacted her mothers again. So there's a chance that maybe the mother is still alive. Yeah, the legitimate is Hypatia. Hypatia is a fundamental alchemist. Are you Iron Secret? Having assisted the head of the family for years, the subject left the family for unknown reason, moved to the city, established Queen, and continued to expand its power. 6 years after her relocation, Queen has become the largest private company in the city. Its influence and financial power in the city are starting to surpass Campbell. Yeah, Iron is more focused on Queen instead of Campbell. If I'm not wrong, she's like running away from Campbell. The interrogation revealed that the assassination attempt the subject encountered were from her father's order. Imagine that! Your father want to assassinate you. Of course you run to this city. This worsened the father and daughter relationship. The subject cultivated her power by herself in the city for several years and launched a counterattack to her father, controlling Bryce with special means, operating Queen's acquisition of Campbell, and secretly rearranging the power within the family. So she is in contact with the Campbell. Yeah, it was also the smartest moment in the game. Oh, I love it, the part where, I don't know, they're kind of like shooting. I think this was on the phase 4. They're kind of like exchanging shoot, like, I don't know, like rocket or something. No worries, she wanted to destroy, bro. In that regard, the chief bring a night agency hit him into the ship, and he threatened to basically have the sand ship shot up. Damn, I'm pretty sure Bryce is already dead, right? According to her phase 4 interrogation, I think Bryce is already dead, like long time ago, or something like that. And the one that shot her on the interrogation on the phase 4, it was not Bryce, it was someone else. Yeah, performance in surfing term is usually not have anything. It's just like there is no mention of Campbell here. Horace record. Oh, we already mentioned this already. Mutation assessment. Able to control and trigger mutation within a specific area and cause area-specific explosive energy fluctuation. Possessing mass destruction power. She literally spawned a black hole. Even the in-game animation that she literally spawned a black hole. The subject claims to have encountered desert bandit in Washington at 16 and awakened for justified self-defense purpose, as her life was threatened. Considering the high number of victims, whether the act of self-defense was justified or not is still to be determined. The corruption level is low with no physical changes detected. The subject has a clear mind and a healthy mental state, other than an exceptionally strong desire to conquer. No other abnormality have been observed. Wow, it's like what I said. It's like complete opposite of Hypatia. Hypatia, where Iron is like more, I want to conquer. I want to be in the top of the food chain. While Hypatia just like want to help people. Did birds have more illegitimate children? We can follow the story. If I'm not wrong, there is the brother. I think there is the brother. If you remember on the ending of chapter 15, I don't know if I can show you here. Let me show you. Maybe in case you forgot. Which one is it? Is it this one? Can I skip it? Oh shit! I gotta skip it. I'm pretty sure there is like the brother at the end. Are you the brother? Okay, let's pick this up. Just wanna show you that thing. It maybe you. Okay, just give me a second. I'm trying to go hard. Don't tell me I'm on the wrong. But everyone want to conquer is understandable. I'm sure she's pressure since this. I think it's the thing that she want to conquer is probably like some influence from the father.
Thank you.
This is probably gonna be a long one.
I don't say.
Well, let me see. This is the part where Pine got kidnapped.
Well, no.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, I remember this. There was Parfait in here. Oh, who is this? Who is this? Hey? Why I come back to there? Oh, is it the other one? Oh crap, is it the other one, isn't it? I just the wrong one.
Dear, what that and
I don't know what's wrong with all the Paradisos member that they don't have expression. It's like when you're joining Paradisos,
No.
they take away your soul to the point that you don't have any expression at all.
What?
Even
That with
Your interests are in direct conflict. This is the one with
Anyway,
Edge, right?
you're
I
right.
think
You-
so. Yeah, I think she's joining Edge. Yes. I'm trying to go back to the brother. Okay, this one is
Well, from today.
H02. She's joining.
the
She's H05. Okay. We are close. The song has played.
because
I ne- what and now
See, I was referring to this one. Is that Cinex?
A new puppet. A new member.
No, it's a different
A
voice
new
apparently.
year. New troubles and burdens.
No, it's different
You
voice.
almost ruined- If this keeps up, how about you go tell that this is becoming too much?
See this one.
but you'll help regardless.
I think this is gonna be the brother.
Thank you.
I mean, Hypatia is literally there.
Besides, isn't an ending like this quite intriguing?
I think he's probably gonna be revealed again at the end of the event. Maybe like, hey. Yeah, most likely. I think it is though. Why she's like the boss in it? So, oh, come to think of it, yeah. The what do you call it? The pattern of the code is almost the same like mine. Do you notice that the pattern of the code here, the gold pattern here, is almost like my own code? Oh no, I think I am a Campbell. If you think about it. No, this must be Hypatia. This is Hypatia. That's your code. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am a Campbell. Shit. But wait. But I don't have the blonde hair though. I don't have the blonde hair, so that is a question mark. So then is Fraser City where the story is headed? I'm not sure. I think we're still gonna focus on this city, east side, at least the east side part, because I don't think it's conclusive yet. Yeah, but yeah, maybe. But from what I heard, the story for the east side will finish on the anniversary, meaning on November. Around November, so it's going to be like small arc, but after that I don't know what the continuation will be. Half Campbell. Maybe you take your mom here. Oh my god, this is like very fun coincidence. It's a coincidence, guys. Don't make me question my own identity, alright? Good, I wish I picked this game up when it came out. Ah, but you catching up though. Fast part. You can start playing if you want. Yeah, just get to watch it with you guys though. Never late to start. You know. I mean, yeah, you already catching up from chapter 0 to up to date now, which is, I gotta be honest, is pretty impressive. You can finish it like in 1 or 2 months, I think, or even shorter. You will question your identity until you are honest. You will never know. I'll start playing, but I've already seen the whole thing. Well, that's the one. You can just skip it then. Just play the game for now. But the thing is, like, it's because it's like more. I don't know. When I play the game, it's because it's more story oriented. It's really fun to actually watching it together with people and just exchange talk about the game, like what we are expecting in the future. Yeah. Actually, this is like the very first game that makes me want to read the story. I never in my life before Path to Nowhere reading any story in gacha games. Like, usually just the usual, like, I don't know, cool design art or waifu, whatever, something like that. And then I found Path to Nowhere and I started like reading it. I was like, damn! Not only, I think this is also the first gacha game where I play it on English VA compared to JP VA. So yeah, like Path to Nowhere has changed my preference when it comes to gacha game. Which is, after that I kind of like branch out to Reverse 1999 and Heaven's Mirror and all. This is my awakening of being story enjoyer. I mean, for the story and Zoya. Yeah, so the same with everyone. Yeah, it's changed everything. I feel like before this, I don't even never take a look at English VA at all. I was gonna immediately like JP. I mean, immediately go to JP, like, yeah, whatever, just JP. And then like I go the English VA, like, I prefer English VA compared to the other thing. I want to say Angel again, Zoya again. Sure, yeah. Zoya, I don't know. They I feel like with Zoya, they try to keep Zoya hostage for a while. I think she really they're gonna save it until the end or something.
Now that's what I call a worthwhile investment.
Is there any other?
Thanks,
I think
Auric.
we have other. And then we have this faction,
You came back empty-handed. What happened to the unexpected gift
which
you
we
mentioned?
don't know who are they yet. But it seems like they have the same tattoo with the girl, you know. But I think Ice No One make another game, I guess. I don't think they are. I mean, like, Path to Nowhere is not as big to the point that they want to make a second game. I think it's better for them to just focus on one title and invest on it instead of like trying to branch out their attention or focus on other thing and sacrifice the others. She kind of look Nightingale. She kind of remind me of Final Fantasy VI character named Faris. Is it 6?
Years apart.
No, I think 5.
And the
Final Fantasy
FAC
5.
has become.
What do you want? This city.
Oh, too busy.
Look at this.
Step down, you old fool. From now on, this battlefield is mine.
I mean, considering the revenue from this game, I think it will be better if they make a whole different game. Yeah. So what do you mean? Like you want totally different game or what? Or they make Path to Nowhere 2 or something? Who that man looks like Nanami? That man? Oh, that's the commander of the FAC. This lady, we still don't know who this is. She haven't made an appearance yet.
Back then, Elvira held a gun to her head and insisted
I hope when Zoya makes a comeback will be big. I mean, Asno makes something new. Yeah, I hope when Zoya comes it's gonna be big. I mean, when she make an appearance on chapter 13, it's I think everyone that you know, Path to Nowhere enjoy probably scream out of their lung.
I think she knew exactly what she was doing.
No, sorry, there's no need. My fault.
Also, I think there is something that I noticed from the ending credit.
We will Happy New Year,
Yeah, I cannot show it because I can pause this one. It's weird. They should be able to like pause this part because sometimes they have like this information important here that you have to like slowly to read. Like for example, like what is it? The name of Shepherd 13 was actually come from that end credit roll. So people probably gonna, if people skip that part, didn't read it, they're probably gonna think like, oh, what the hell is Shepherd 13? Yeah, but if you read that credit part and on the first, on the prologue, it's actually mentioned. So there's so many things that they tend to foreshadow or hint at on small text like that.
Yeah, it was a club. Where would you like to...
Where?
Well,
hey, parfait!
take your time. We've got a long way to go. As long
This
as
is,
you're
this is the
alive,
very
you'll find the
definition
answer
like
one day.
NPC design and a playable design is just so totally different. Yeah, the credits are important. You gotta watch them always. Yeah, you are correct. You're totally correct. It's too fast. My eyes can't catch the word that. Yeah, true. And too bad it's really takes a lot of time to actually you know, trying to replay it and to get that point just to watch that you know, that very quickly played video, which is why I recorded, so I can just slow it and just put stop and play if I want to like read the part. It's very convenient. So sometimes when I want to see some more details, I can just watch my own recording and it's like, eh, I just noticed something here. Damn, I just bought Hela. I thought the Hela skin is going to be for free, but it's apparently buy. I actually like very tempted to
Are you here to see me,
to buy Fatur Blue
Feel
one.
free to take the
Like, look at
time.
this. I'm very tempted to buy this, but the thing is like the next. Oh, I want to buy the 4-star for Ember. The next skin is Ember. I want to get her because like we're going to play Nox as Ember. I mean, we already have play Yao as Shu, so I definitely want to play Nox as Ember. So I'm definitely gonna get the 4-star. That's the thing. I think I have to save it for the next patch. Too bad. But the Fatur Blue mommy energy on that skin is just too strong. I can't even. I'm very much tempted to be honest, but I have to save. So I guess I prioritize my daughter first. It's too fast, my eye. I'm just too mommy, guys. Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow is gonna be the last episode for this event. It's actually, don't you think like it feels kind of short lately with the event and all? Like Graves is pretty short. It's really quick for me to record it. Like I don't even feel it. Like hey, it's already done. This one is also, like maybe like or around maybe 5 hours. I would say. I only stream like maybe like half an hour than the usual 2 hours. Maybe they want to be more direct. Yeah, to be fair, there's less like sad story like Graves one, so I don't really mind, to be honest, with the pace. Maybe we should just gonna get used to it, or maybe because they save everything on the next chapter. So yeah, who knows? Yeah, but we are gonna look forward. Also, yeah, we're probably just gonna look forward to it. Okay. Alright, I end up yapping for an extra like half an hour, I guess. Well, maybe it's like 10 or 20 minutes after the story ends. So yeah, so I'm gonna stop here. Maybe we can. I'm looking forward for tomorrow because maybe usually they're gonna give some hint or foreshadowing in the ending, just like how they did in Graves with the mysterious woman who give Graves the ring. So I'm really expecting who are they going to hint at the end of the event tomorrow. Yeah, so please look forward to it. So yeah, until then, please take care and have a good night. See you and bye bye.